Cheers to the weekend, boys. Welcome back to fucking Betting the Diagonal. I'm your boy, Mo Watts, back again with my main man, my sidekick, the Robin to my Batman, the jelly to my peanut butter, Billy the Kid. Billy, my boy, how we doing on this beautiful Thursday / almost Friday morning?
I was doing great until you called me Robin and you're Batman, because it's definitely the other way around. But I digress. I'm doing well. You've had a bad day. I've had a guess who went even again today.
It's
This
only
guy.
a bad day if you make it a bad day. That's why we're drinking
This guy.
the free ads, the weekend vibes. We're getting ready.
I'm drinking tea myself. I'm drinking tea. It's cold out here in Long Island.
Thursday, man. It's Thirsty Thursday. We're still college vibes here. Doesn't matter if we're 30 now. College vibes. We drink on Thursdays.
That's all right. Championship weekend this weekend, baby.
Yes, championship weekend. We are here tonight. We'll come back to that. We are here tonight to talk the best sport that there is, college fucking football. And we'll sprinkle in a little bit of extra stuff if we have anything to talk about. But college football is here. It is championship weekend. I am fucking stoked. We have been waiting for this the entire year. I've been waiting for this the entire year as a big college football guy. College football product significantly better than the NFL product. There are not a huge slate, obviously, this weekend with a lot of already claimed titles. Not of teams that are done for the year, just waiting for their bowl invitations. But we do have some big games coming in here. Let's just fucking rip right off the jump. Let's get into the game that everybody wants to watch. The biggest game that there is this college football weekend. I'm talking Kent State versus Northern Illinois.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. 100% worth it. That is the most important game this weekend. We're going Maction, baby.
Action.
We love a little Maction here. I have been waiting for this game. Been waiting for this game all year. The MAC title game, the MAC, my favorite conference. MAC title game is always phenomenal. I wish my Toledo Rockets were in it. They are
Morgan,
not.
this game's not over.
They
just scored a touchdown.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
The Saints?
Yeah, they just scored a touchdown.
No fucking way.
Deontay Harris just took it to the house.
Anyone listening to this right now, I am on the Saints plus 6.5. I have watched Taysom Hill throw picks 3 straight possessions, including a fat man touchdown. And
they just took it 75 yards.
So I'm down by 10 still.
10 with 2.5 left.
Right. Jesus Christ, I fucking hate Taysom Hill.
I didn't want to cut you off. I just so happened to look over. Like, whoa.
Thumbnail this episode. I need a picture of me shooting Taysom Hill with a water gun. All right? I need a picture of Taysom Hill right here. This freaking pain in the ass. I can't watch it. We scored a touchdown with me not watching it. I'm not going to watch it. But like I said, we're here for Maction, baby. I don't care about the SEC. I don't care about the ACC. I don't care about the Pac-12, Big Ten. You call it. I don't give a shit. None of these Power 5 conferences. We're talking Maction. We're talking the Kent State Golden Flashes versus the Northern Illinois Huskies. And you know what? We're going to take the Kent State Golden Flashes minus 3.5, and we're going to take the over 74.5 in this game. Kent State, fucking amazing offense. Their offense is fun as hell to watch. These teams just score. The best part about these two teams, their defenses suck. They are absolute hot garbage. The Huskies, for those who don't know the Maction, that is Northern Illinois again. Huskies rank 113th in the nation, and they have the 120th ranked rushing defense in the nation. Kent State, not good. Not much better. Not much better. Actually, they're worse. 124th in the nation in yards allowed per game, giving up 475.5. This game is going to be phenomenal. And where do I think this game is going to be won at? There's a few different things. So first things first, I got to take this game mostly off of feel. Northern Illinois went winless last season. For those of you who don't understand what winless means, they didn't win a game. They lost every single game that they played last year. They come into this year, they've had a nice bounce back year. If they win this game, they will be the first team in college football history. Let me repeat that. First team in college football history to go from a winless season to conference champs the very next year. That's not happening for Northern Illinois. There's no shot that Northern Illinois is going to be the team that does that. No, never in a million years. Going for Kent State, Dustin Crum, senior quarterback. He's been a legend at Kent State for a long time. He's closing in on almost 9,000 career passing yards. He's a hell of a dual threat option for Kent State. He's thrown for over 2,800 yards and 15 through the air. He's also added 500 on the ground with 11 touchdowns. They have a receiver, Dante Cephas. He's over 1,000 yards with 8 touchdowns. A running back, which they have finally started to commit to the run. Haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher since 2012. Well, this year, enter Marquez Cooper. He is over 1,000 yards. We have a balanced offense here with Kent State. They find a way to put the ball in the end zone consistently. It is a high-scoring team. The Huskies, Northern Illinois, finished the season at 8-4. Phenomenal. Good season. Great bounce-back season, right? You take that every single year. You're going to get a bowl game no matter what, more than likely. Each of their wins against FBS opponents this season came by 1 score, and 4 of those wins were by 2 points or less. If you're telling me right now that I can get Kent State laying 3.5 against a better team, absolutely, because Northern Illinois is not going to be able to keep up with that. Some trends with this game: Kent State 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 conference, as well as 4-0 in their last 4 as a favorite. For the total, the over is 8-3 in Kent State's last 11 conference games, and it's also 5-1 in Northern Illinois' last conference games. Maction is the conference of points, baby. We know it. That's why we love Maction. Maction is the over to the over to the over. Slam that over. Slam the Kent State 3.5. Billy, I know you're on the opposite end of this. Go ahead.
I'm not on the opposite end.
Public that your boy is wrong.
I'm not on the opposite end. I said I'd possibly sprinkle money line on Northern Illinois for 2 reasons. Because number 1, how can you not love that story? Team goes completely defeated, goes winless, and now look at them at the tippy top, playing the best team. Don't everybody love a good underdog story? Next, if you're interested in the spread, if you're interested in betting a side, the underdog is 5-0 in the last 5 years in Maction Championship. The underdog has won outright the majority of times since 2002. I had the number and I was trying to do it in my head. Don't have it. It's like I believe what was it? It was like 16 and something. Whatever it is, back to 2002. You're not gonna hurt yourself. I'm gonna hurt myself. I've done a lot of math today.
We're not guys. We're not math guys. They know that. We're gambling guys, not math guys.
But my play is on the over as well. I already put it in. I got it I got it 73.5. I love it because listen, it's the last Maction of the season. Are you gonna really bet the under in the Maction Championship?
Never.
Get out of here. Didn't think so.
I could not tell you the last time I bet an under on a MAC game. It is to the over every single time. The MAC is the most fun conference to watch.
Yeah, it's the conference of overs.
SEC has the great athletes. Yeah, they look awesome. That's your future NFL talent. You want to watch good college football, you go to the fucking Maction, baby.
Oh, yeah. Listen, both these teams are bottom 25 on defense when it comes to points allowed, yards allowed, first downs allowed. Then you throw in the fact that when Kent State doesn't score a touchdown and they 3 and out, the kicker, the punter, worst punter I've ever seen. He can't punch farther than I can throw him. He's going to give Northern Illinois great field position if and whenever they punt, which is very rarely. Last time these 2 teams matched up, they combined for a total of 99 points, and it was a close game. It was a close game. It was a
Maction, baby. There's no blowouts in Maction.
No,
there's no blowout. There's always close games.
It was 51-48 Kent State. 51-48 Kent State. That doesn't cover. Listen, there's going to be points in this one. For the Huskies, over is 5-1 in the last 6 conference games, 4-1 to the over in the last 5 neutral site games. For Kent State, over is 4-0 in the last 4 of the team with the winning record, and 8-3 in their last 11 conference games to the over. Over. Bet the over.
You know what my favorite part of this game is? Absolute favorite part. Do you know what bowl game the winner of the MAC goes to?
No.
Okay. They go to the Arizona Bowl. Do you know who they
play in the
Arizona Bowl? Not just that part of it. We'll leave that out because no free ads or anything. Not just that part. But do you know who plays the MAC in the Arizona Bowl?
Allegedly, it's going to be Ohio State.
No. It's the MWAC, baby. The MWAC versus the MAC.
They're trying to get Ohio State.
Ohio State's never going.
I don't know.
No it is gonna be.
You're talking about brand. You're talking about brand, buddy.
Versus MWACtion, man.
I love it. Listen, before we get into power conferences, I have stats. Break down some stats. Shout out to this guy. It's on Twitter, Chris Fallica. You may know him, better know him as the bear that's on College Game Day. I'm going to retweet this thread he put out. Full of stats, weird things that happened during championship weekend. It's really awesome information. I sent it. I showed him. He loves it. He was like, "Let's put it up now." I'm like, "No, it's all about timing, baby. It's all about timing. Let the fans see it." Listen, couple stats. Favorites not named Ohio State in that conference. 0-5 against the spread. Since 2018, Georgia has played 16 ranked opponents. 13 of those games have gone to the under. Now, these are just these next ones are going to be strictly Power 5 conference statistics for you. The totals for games in the Power 5 conference during championship weekend are an exact 36 to the over, 36 to the under.
Oh, man.
Double-digit underdogs. 16 and 17 against the spread. Underdogs of 4 to 7 points. 11 and 9 to the spread. Underdogs of 1 to 3 points. 6 and 6 against the spread, and 6 and 6 straight up. When we tell people to get lines early, we mean it. Like, this isn't a joke. By the end of the year, these bookmakers have a great idea who these teams are. They have their own power rankings ready to go. Especially with big games. Big games are easy to predict. That's why the NFL is so hard to beat. They have all week to make the lines. If there's 15 games on the card, I can make a decent line if I have an entire week. You know, it's got to get these lines in early. But most importantly, bet with your mind, not your heart. I know. It's sorry. Saw that very discreetly on the corner of my screen. Why don't you kick us off with? Why don't you kick us off with the one we're against?
Let's go to the next big one, and we're on the opposite side. This is the one. If you're not a college football guy and you're just a casual fan, you're watching this game because it's the big one. If you are a college football guy, you're watching action. But if you're not, if you're just a football fan, if you're a fan of the best teams out there, this is the game you're watching. It's the game of the year. Everybody has had this one circled on their calendars for months that this was the game. The winner of this game very likely has a very good chance of being your national champion. We are talking the Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Georgia Bulldogs. So we're on opposite sides here. Yours truly, the king of the gridiron, the king of college football.
That's not far behind.
You spent 6 years in college as the king of college. It's taking Alabama plus 6.5. Plus, we're going to hit Alabama money line. Plus, we're going to hit under 50.5 in this game.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Under's an easy bet.
Yeah.
And I'll get into why in a minute. But Alabama. First off, let me begin with this preface right here. 2 facts we're going to start with right away. You cannot tell me that you're going to give Nick Saban and an Alabama team loaded with NFL talent, loaded with talented players across the board, 6.5 points in a championship game. No, you can't do that. No, that's just not fair. You're asking trouble. You want to do that part? Okay, fine, whatever. Fun fact: Alabama. Remember when the last time they were an underdog was? A lot of people don't. I didn't remember before I looked it up.
Tell us.
Oh, that's what you said.
I said tell us.
Last time Alabama was an underdog was 2015 when they were a 1-point dog to Georgia. Final score of that game, 38-10. They absolutely steamrolled Georgia to another win in that one there. This game is going to be a great game. Not going to lie. This game's a 4:00 game. I have my Saturday all lined up. I have Maction at noon. I got SEC at 4. And I have, which I'll get into our next pick, at 8 o'clock. I have a great day. I couldn't be more excited. But this game right here, it's going to come down to the young phenoms at quarterback. It's going to come down to Bryce Young and Stetson Bennett, two quarterbacks who have done amazing things. Bryson Young is back as the Heisman favorite, likely will win, especially if he has a nice showing here. Heisman's his. If he had a nice game against Georgia, Heisman's done. It's locked up already. Stetson Bennett are probably the future at Georgia quarterback position once JT Daniels leaves after this year and probably goes to the NFL. Maybe they can convince him to come back for one more year, but I doubt it. I think he'll end up leaving. This game's going to be which one makes the last mistake. Who's going to make the last mistake? Am I going to take the Heisman favorite to make the last mistake? Or am I going to take the quarterback who's come in for a possible all SEC, not an All-American, but an all SEC quarterback and has been throwing it for the last few weeks, has never had a start before this season? I'm thinking Stetson Bennett is going to make some mistakes. I think it's going to be a big-time defensive game. That's why the under, I love it in this one. Alabama's offensive line is absolutely dreadful. This game is going to be on Bryce Young's shoulders. However, we're underestimating the Alabama defense. Yes, this Georgia defense is one of the best defenses we have seen in college football in over a decade. It is absolutely phenomenal, loaded with NFL talent, putting up record-breaking. They allowed 6.7 points per game so far this season. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But we're underestimating the Alabama defense. The Alabama defense is ranked number 7 in the nation. They're pretty damn good. They lead the SEC in the sacks behind the boogeyman himself, Will Anderson, outside linebacker. That's the line that Alabama has. It's going to be able to get into the backfield. They're going to be able to put pressure on Stetson Bennett. Georgia has not really needed to outscore anybody this entire year because their defense has been so damn good. This game, they're going to have to move the ball. Both these defenses are too good. They're going to have to actually move the ball and put the ball into the end zone and not just rely on the defense. I think that plays right into Alabama's hand because at the end of the day, Alabama, while both these teams have great talent, Alabama has better talent. Playmakers such as John Mechie, Jamison Williams, they are fast. They're talented. They're going to terrify even the best defenses in the nation. And I guarantee you right now, they're going to stretch the field a ton in this game. I would not be shocked in the slightest bit if the very first offensive play for Alabama is a bomb to Jamison Williams just to stretch that Georgia defense out. Might not be completed, might not go for anything, but it's going to push that secondary, those safeties and those linebackers a little bit further off the line of scrimmage, which is going to give Alabama a lot more room to operate in there. Like I said, I love Alabama plus 6.5 in this game. That's the official play I will have, as well as the under 50.5. I will be sprinkling the money line for Alabama as well. There's not many times you're going to get an Alabama plus money line. I'm going to run with it right away.
All right. I'm going to give you some stats here. You ready?
You going to give me stats or is Chris going to give me stats?
No. I'm going to give you stats. Georgia beat Tennessee 41-17.
Why you got to do that to me? You did that on purpose.
I started with that one on purpose.
Immediately.
Just to spite you.
What a dick.
Georgia beat Florida 34-7.
It stinks.
Bama barely escaped out of Florida. Right?
Win.
Barely escaped. Came back and won the game.
Lost every bet I put on Alabama in that game.
Georgia beat the balls off of Auburn. Beat the balls off of them.
Sucks.
Auburn sucks. Guess who it took overtime to beat Auburn just last week with a banged up Bo Nix who almost didn't play.
All that matters is winning.
Had to go 3 overtimes, and it was just a blown coverage by Auburn that won the game. Come on, listen. If you're gonna give me the best defense in the country,
I won't cut you off anymore.
What?
I promise I won't cut you off with any more of your stats. Once you let off with Tennessee, you're just asking me to fire.
I had to. No, that's it for the stats. I'm gonna give you the reasons now.
That was a shot from the hip right there that went straight for the brain.
Listen, Georgia's on a team is a team that's on a mission. They're on a true mission to really just give to Bama. They've had this circled all year. Their defense has not let up a step. Not once. Never. Unlike Bama, every now and then they give up a lot of points, give up a lot of yards. Georgia doesn't do that. They're the best defense in the country for a reason. It's not close. Yeah, Bama might be 7. They're still letting up 30 points a game sometimes. That doesn't happen with Georgia. Like I said before, no underdog team has won the SEC championship in 2009, which was Bama. But I will say, I'm going to take the best defense in the country in a low-scoring game like we both think is going to be. You think Bama's going to stretch the field against the number one defense in the country? Get out of my face.
Yeah, I do.
Give me Georgia -6.5 against an overrated, overranked, underperforming Bama team at the current moment. Nothing you can do can and will change my mind. Bama is going to be bet on so hard. Under 7 is going to be the biggest public play of the entire weekend. And I told you last night about the numbers for the NFL. There's going to be 99% Bama. Money on Bama, public money is going to be 99%.
I think it's the opposite there. I think a lot of money's going to go to Georgia because no one wants to bet Bama.
But nobody ever fades Bama.
I'm actually trying to find right now what the
nobody
public's leaning at right now.
Listen, if the public was leaning Georgia, it would be at 7.5. Tell you that right now, because the book would cover their ass. The fact that it's still under 7 points tells me it's not. That's simple mathematics of gambling. Get your head out of your fat little ass.
Oh, all right. Ready for this one right here?
Go ahead.
I got you already. So far, it is 79% of the public bet going to Georgia.
What's the money bets? What is it? Public's not a real thing.
The spread, Alabama -6.5 has gotten 79% of the public bet.
Alabama -6.5.
I'm sorry, Georgia. Georgia -6. I'm not used to saying Alabama
has gotten 79% of the money or the bets.
Has gotten 79% of the money.
That means nothing. It's the bets is the public. The money has nothing to do with it because a real gambler will put 50 grand on it.
I don't know, man.
We'll see. I'm telling you, this is Georgia's year. Plus, I want Bama out of the playoff. They don't deserve to be there. And Bryce Young, for some reason, is the leader for Heisman. He hasn't showed me anything.
You know who I want to see win Heisman?
Who?
Guy on the next game we're going to talk about. But we'll get to that in a second. Last thing I want to say with Alabama is we were both on Ohio State to take down Alabama last year. Look what happened in that game. We got demolished.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and go against Saban. It's the Belichick. It's Tom Brady. I can't go against them.
I'm doing it like I should have done it last week, and I just didn't do it because they're not nearly as good as they were last year. They are not nearly.
I don't disagree with you at all on that one. They're very simple running back.
That offensive line,
Robinson is injured.
The offensive line they have out there is a mediocre offensive line at best.
Yeah, it's definitely
13 tackles for losses last week against Auburn.
It's an interesting case study on that offensive line because every member of that offensive line, I know recruiting very well. That entire offensive line is all 5 stars. Evan Neal, who's playing as left tackle, he's going to be a top 5 draft pick.
It means nothing.
Oh no, I'm not saying anything about that. I agree with you. It doesn't where they're rated on. It doesn't matter. They don't have the continuity between them whatsoever. I'll give you this: Bama's running back room is decimated with injury. Brian Robinson doesn't play, makes things a little bit more interesting. They don't have the running back depth that they have typically had in the past. They don't have that explosive guy that they have in the past. Brian Robinson is more of a plow you over kind of back. But
I've got one more stat for you.
Let me hear. Lay it on me. Let it fucking
Bama's averaging 3.2 yards per carry this year. Against bad defenses.
When you got Bryce Young, you don't need to run the ball.
I'm telling you, it's not going to work out well for you.
This one, so
still 4-0. Still 4-0.
Listening and watching right now, get in on this debate. Get back, reply to the feed on YouTube. Reply to the tweets that we'll have back. We'll do a poll.
I'm going to have this one clipped and I'll toss it up.
Poll for this game for sure. Get out there. Give us your takes on this. As you can say, we're both kind of passionate about this one here, right? My man's took a shot at my Volunteers already. I need my Bama squad to come through. I'm 0-3 against him in straight up bets so far this year. I need my Mo Watts crew to roll through here. Jump on this with us. All right, we'll move on from this game. Billy, give me your next game.
All right, I'm going to another over. Surprisingly, I know I should have went 1 over 1 under based on the stats that I gave you, 36 and 36. I'm not doing that tonight. It's championship weekend. Come on. Wake Forest, Pitt over 71. Listen, boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, Wake Forest ranks 3rd in the country, averaging 42.9 points per game. Morgan, I have a question. Do you know who's ranked 4th?
I'm gonna go out on a ledge and say Pitt.
Pitt, averaging 42.8. 0.1 points right behind them. Both these teams are some of the highest paced teams in the country, averaging over 40 plays a game. Both average over 490 yards per game. Both these teams allow over 380 yards per game. Both these teams score on 85% of red zone trips. You know what that smells like to me, Morgan?
Tutties.
Tutties and the over.
To the over.
Bunch of trends for you here, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Wake Forest is the over is hitting all of the following in this way. Over 5-1 last 6 versus a team with a winning record. 6-2 in their last 8 games. 5-2 in the last 7 conference games. For Pitt, same thing. Over 7-3 in the last 10 versus a team with a winning record. 11-5 in the last 16 games as a favorite, and I really do like Pitt. I might add that to my card come Saturday. I think Pitt wins, and I think if Bama loses, you have to give the Heisman to Pickett, but that's a story for another time. Over 11-5 in the Panthers' last 16 conference games, 15-5 in their last 20 games overall. Over. All I do is bet overs.
I do like I like your overs play. It's a weird game if you wanted to bet the spread in this one. I was looking at it today. Right now, Pitt is a 3.5. I think it's 3.5 point favorite in this game.
Yes.
However, the Power Football Index has Pitt as a 79% chance to win this game, which is a very interesting number to me because while both these teams have great offense, Wake's got a solid defense. Like we talked about it a couple weeks ago when it was Wake versus I believe it was Kentucky. I think we lost Kentucky or Louisville, whichever one. We lost the bet.
Louisville.
Oh, Louisville. Yeah, that
Louisville.
annoying game.
It's
a very strange one. Wake is really not getting much love in this game. I don't know. Neither of these teams anybody expected to be here for battling for the final in the ACC by any means. Everyone expected Clemson, if not Clemson, Miami. It's an interesting one. I almost might want to take the risk on Wake Forest money line in this game.
Wake is giving up 31 points per game, and Pitt is only giving up 24. Pitt has the better defense.
Very interesting. Fun fact, I was actually just looking as we were talking about Mr. Kenny Pickett, the fifth-year senior himself. Do you know how many touchdowns he has this season through the air?
No fucking clue.
About 40 in the air. In his 5 years in college, 79 touchdowns. He has doubled his touchdowns just in this one season here. He's the Heisman and everything. Oh, let's pump the brakes on that one because that's a perfect segue right there into what I want to get into next. My 8 o'clock game. I told you I got my whole day laid out. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing at every hour of the day on Saturday. My 8 o'clock game, ABC game, is going to be the Big Ten championship. The number 12 Iowa Hawkeyes versus the number 2 Michigan Wolverines. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the easiest bet of the entire day. 1,000%. Easiest one. Iowa plus 11. This is the ultimate letdown spot here for Michigan. After getting the monkey off of their back and taking down Ohio State last week, finally getting to the spot where they are able to win the Big Ten, get into the college football championship. I'm not saying Michigan's going to lose this game. I'm not saying that at all. But this is going to be a close game. There is a reason that the total for this game isn't very high. This is a Big Ten game. This is going to be a physical game. Iowa's going to keep this game close. Iowa and Michigan, you'll really break them down. They're very similar teams. I was reading something about it earlier today. Somebody, I don't remember the name of the person, so I'm sorry I can't give them credit, but somebody wrote that Michigan is basically Iowa on steroids. And it's very accurate if you look at how these two teams are. Iowa has a very good defense. Michigan, pretty good defense, led by the guy that I think, if Bryce Young falters this week, is going to win the Heisman, Mr. Aiden Hutchinson.
One person has won on defense won the Heisman. It was in the 40s, bro. Come on.
Yeah, but there's no runaway offensive guy this year.
They're just gonna give it to somebody.
There's a reason Caleb Williams was getting love a couple weeks ago, even though he had just took over. There's no runaway this year.
Shout out to Spencer Rattler to be entering the transfer portal this year.
Oh, bum. What a loser.
Trash can. Sorry, continue.
This is a massive letdown spot for Michigan. They're coming off that huge win against Ohio State. Nobody, except me, saw that coming last week.
You didn't bet it.
Ohio State would actually, I didn't bet it, but I do believe I mentioned it to you. I think I said it to you at least.
You definitely said it to me, and I didn't listen to you. I'm an Ohio State fan now. I don't have a choice.
You kind of have to be now. You went to the shoe.
OH. I-O.
I swear. So I don't hate Ohio State. I hate Penn State. Yes, we all know Michigan has a much better offense. It is led by their rushing attack that is still top 5 in the nation. Cade McNamara has done a very good job under center as a dual threat. They've done a very good job of incorporating 5-star freshman J.J. McCarthy into the offense to add some passing ability into that. That's great. Michigan, they're still putting up over 30 points a game. Iowa's only putting up about 23, 24. Not great, not good, but we're all forgetting that this is a Big Ten game. This is going to be a physical, pound the football kind of game. Going to slow the game down. Michigan runs the ball 64% of the time. That tells me right there, this game is going to go slow, as in yardage. It's going to move. Clock is going to keep ticking. Those yards aren't going to pile up. This is going to be a ball control kind of game. Why it's going to be ball control? Iowa's defense, like I said a bit, not that bad. It's pretty decent. They do a good job. And what they do exceptionally well, and when I say exceptionally, that is being generous, very well. They create turnovers. They've forced 28 turnovers thus far in the season, good for number 3 in the nation. Fun fact with those turnovers, Iowa's wins, 26 turnovers in their wins. In their 2 losses, 2 turnovers. That's it. This game gets a little sloppy. Iowa punches out a couple balls here or there, maybe gets a pick in there. This game could go Iowa's favor real quick, and they might be able to pull it off. I don't think they can, but they might be able to. They don't have, like I said, they don't have talent. I don't think so. I don't think Michigan covers this game. It is the ultimate letdown. It is very similar to 2 weeks ago in the NFL when I said the Houston Texans over the Titans. The Titans had come off a run of 2 massive games in a row before the look-ahead game to, I don't remember who it was, Colts maybe, I don't know. It was a big game. They ended up losing outright to the Texans. Very similar spot here. Michigan coming off that massive win, looking ahead to possible playoff football. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. A couple trends to just close this out. Go ahead. You can say anything else.
First, I want to know what the over-under is, but what I was going to say was it's going to go one of 2 ways. It's either going to be real close throughout the game. It's going to go one of 3 ways. Sorry. It's going to be real close, or it's going to be like a 3-score game, and then you're going to get a backdoor cover at the end, or it's going to be a complete annihilation. And I can see that too. This really looks like it could be Michigan's year. With the way they just dismantled Ohio State. Yes, Ohio State's defense is bad, but they look good. That's all I got to say. What's the over-under in that game?
It is 43.5.
Nope. Not touching it.
So basically, what you're telling me right there to hit this under. But this game, I feel very confident this game's going to hit the under. Absolutely.
I don't feel confident.
Basically, what you're telling me to cover this spread, they're going to have to win this game. If they're going to hit the under, which the public is betting the under, which is Big Ten game, I think the under is the play in this game. You're basically saying to me that to hit that under, we're looking at a 28-14 kind of game. I don't think Michigan's putting up 28 against Iowa. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're looking at like a 21-17 kind of game right here. I think it's going to be a smash mouth game. Trends, like I said, a couple trends I have with this game. Hawkeyes, 5-1-1 against the spread in their last 7 as an underdog. Also 12-6 against the spread in their last 18 games. Michigan, last 7 just against Iowa. They're 2-5 straight up. Iowa kind of has Michigan's number a little bit. Iowa, last one I have against the East Division,
that's
5-0 against the spread.
That's a little loaded stat against Michigan. Michigan's been bad.
Yeah, but they still have the talent. They've always had the talent to do it. Not like Iowa's ever been the better of a team.
The only thing I worry about with the game is why it's not on my card, because I like the side. I think it's the right side, but I'm worried to put money behind it. I would put money behind it on Saturday, but like for an official pick on the show, I'm just worried that Iowa has nothing to play for. Like, yeah, cool, you're the Big Ten champion. They've been Big Ten champions before. You know who hasn't?
I like how
Michigan.
you said that.
You know?
I like how you said that because I wrote that in my notes and I forgot to state that. I love the fact that Iowa has nothing to play for.
I don't.
A team that has nothing to play for, that nobody respects and nobody expects them to be there, that is the most dangerous team that you can run into because they're going to lay it all on the line. They're going to get a bowl game, sure. They're not going to the playoff with a win. No one thought that Iowa would be here by any means. Everyone gave Penn State the love, Ohio State the love, Wisconsin the love. No one saw Iowa coming into this game. That's a dangerous team, a true underdog team that no one believes should be there. That's the most dangerous team you're going to run into.
I don't know. We'll see. If this is 14, I'd like it a whole lot more. 11's a weird.
Yeah, I would.
11 feels trappy. 11 feels trappy. I don't know. I like it. I told you I liked it before we were on show. I lean that way. I'll say I lean that way. 43 makes it strange. 43 makes it strange.
Big Ten football, man.
Follow Ben and Diagonal, and I'll let you know on Saturday how I feel about it.
What a plug.
Yeah, you know, a little plug. All right, let me get to my last game. And let's be honest, boys and girls. Did you really think I wasn't going to bet on Cincinnati this week? Did you really, after all year, me saying Cincy's going to make the playoff, Cincy's going to make the playoff? You know what we need? Cincy to cover this spread. That's what we need. Because Cincinnati needs to prove to the committee, whoever the fuck they are, bunch of morons, that they deserve to be in the playoff. Because Bama, that's part of the reason why I'm fading Bama. I don't think they win that game. And I think that if a 2-loss Bama team gets in before Cincy, I'll lose my mind. I will lose my mind. Listen, it's in Cincinnati this game. Like I said, they got to make an impression against a top 25 team in Houston, who's a good team. They're a good team. But since it's on a different level, different talent there, coaching is better. Little stat for you. In the AAC that title game, the favorite of more than 4 points, 27-1 straight up. They just don't lose. Since it's a good team, I think they're gonna run the score up. Cincy is 5-0 against the spread this year versus a team with a winning record. They are also 8-3 against the spread in the last 11 home games. Cougars, the Houston Cougars, 5-1 against the spread in the last 7 meetings against the Bearcats. I had a stat about the coaches. I didn't finish the stat, and therefore it's not there. But the edge still goes to Cincy. I love Cincy. I love it more that the public is betting on Houston. So give me Cincy minus 10. Oh, yeah. Rest in peace, Desmond Ritter Heisman ticket, by the way. Rest in peace. He's plus like fucking 8,000 on my book.
Yeah, it's done now. I like that pick as well. So I wasn't listening a ton. I have another pick that I completely forgot was playing this weekend. That is might be the biggest game. No, I like that game as well. It'll be a fun one. You know, R.I.P. Desmond Ritter. Cincinnati, can you hang on? Can you do it? Can you get yourself as a non-power 5 into the playoffs? Notre Dame coming in hot. I don't know. They might, especially after Brian Kelly gone now. What a scumbag Brian Kelly is.
Yeah, I was gonna wait to talk about that for a different week because there's a lot of games going on. But
yeah, what an absolute Scumbag player. No, I do like that.
First off, the fact that 22 people showed up to that meeting, those 22 people don't deserve to be on the team next year. Those 22.
I never would have shown up to that. This is the second time he's done. He did the same exact thing to Cincinnati and just left.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on, like that's unbelievable. Especially the play program he's been at for a dozen years. Like that's unbelievable.
Real quick, how do you feel about the other move, the other big move?
Lincoln.
Yeah, it's good for him.
I think he will leave USC within 5 years, and he will go to the NFL. I'm shocked that he didn't hold out and just go to the NFL in general. I don't know what the thing with college coaches, like you saw with Chip Kelly, they want that full control, that full power and everything. You're not getting that in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, you saw the package that he got, the contract. They bought his houses for $500,000 over market. They bought him a mansion and everything. He's got a private jet 24/7.
I don't know if you watch Succession. Apparently, the whole private jet thing is like the biggest thing when you're like worth a shitload of money. It's like private jets are involved in like every massive business deal you do.
So whoever's listening to this, watching this right now, and decides they want to buy this podcast or sponsor us real big down the line,
we want a jet,
private betting the diagonal jet. I want it right there with our faces on the wings.
I just want to be able to use it.
I want to be able. We got to fly to the shoe and watch some games. I got to fly my boy Billy. I got to fly my boy Billy down to Philly to watch this game every single year. I forgot completely about this game. Army Navy.
That's next weekend. That's not this weekend. That's next weekend.
Is it actually
fucking
next weekend?
moron.
I don't even care. I'm talking about it right now. Army fucking Navy is next weekend. We'll talk about it more next week. Right now, I'll tell you this immediately. I didn't read the date. I'm stupid. I take credit for that. Same with my Knicks Hawks bet on Christmas that I have in.
Oh my God. Real quick, let's tell the people. So he comes back from vacation. And then, like, I didn't realize he put a card up. I'm like, oh, look, Moki put a card up. I'm like going through his record because I do the records, and I see he bets Knicks Hawks, and I'm like, that game didn't happen tonight. Maybe he got the days mixed up. Maybe it happened yesterday. Maybe it happens tomorrow. Let me just check. So I check. Yes, the game the day before didn't happen. Check the day next, didn't happen. What I thought was he was betting on video games at this point. He bet on a game on Christmas. Put a pick up for Christmas.
Getting it out there early for the people. That's all I got to say.
Get the best lines, bro. Just get the best lines.
That's exactly, and that's why I'm going to tease this right now. I'll talk more about it next week. Navy +8 versus Army, and slam the under. It is 36.5 right now. These two teams never hit the over when they play each other. None of the military schools ever hit the over when they play each other. I believe last year the final score was like 13-9 or something close to that. Royal Park. It was a very low scoring game.
Yeah,
I don't remember the last time an over was hit in this game. The spread. I was just reading that as you were talking about Cincinnati. This number, right? Movement back in 2014, the total was 55.5 between Army and Navy.
Ew.
It has closed the last 3 years at an average of 37.5 because these two just knock the fuck out of each other and are playing for who's the top military branch. You can get that Navy. We'll see what the number goes to at 36.5. We'll see if there's any movement there. Navy +8. If you can get that right now, as we were waiting, I already put that bet in. I'm on Navy +8 all day. Army is going to win. They have won, I think it's 12 straight matchups between these two schools.
Navy stinks.
Or military academies. Navy's not good. Navy's offense is much better this year than it has been in the past.
It is.
Navy can keep this a close game. It's going to be a low-scoring game as always, but they can keep it a very close game. So Navy +8. If you can get that right now, go get it.
Yeah, I like that. I think that Army's defense is better. That's why I do think that they win.
Absolutely.
But they definitely won't cover. They don't score enough to cover.
Ready for this one? Fun fact. Army and Navy rank 128th and 130th, respectively, in passing attempts per game. Can you guess who's number 129?
Air Force?
Air Force. Yep. All military branches, baby.
It's embarrassing.
That just screams unders.
We have any more picks for tonight? Anything else?
I do
Anything
not
going?
have any more. I will 100% have more on the card come Saturday because it's championship weekend. There's a chance I have a play literally on every single game because this is what I love it. But my day is lined up Saturday. I could not be more excited. But I don't have any more. I will have some more. There is some soccer action I'll be looking at this weekend. Philadelphia Union versus New York City FC. Union money line. Absolutely love it.
No way.
Union.
No way, boss.
Fun fact about the Union Stadium. I can't think of what the name of the stadium is down there in Chester, but it seats 18,500 fans. The Union have released 200 tickets to New York FC for their fans to come to this game, which you're supposed to give out at least 2,000. Union, I have not been to a Union game. I've seen it and everything. It is wild down there. Union money line, 100%.
I've been to 3 NYCFC games. I'm taking my boys.
I think we're going to be the opposite of this one too.
I'm posting that. Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to post it as well. So may the better man win. This is battle for the city right here.
There's great college. Hold on, I found a college basketball game real quick. Iowa plus 12 against Purdue. Purdue's not going to cover the 12. They're going to win, but they're not going to cover the 12. There you go, boys and girls. Get it right. Well, by the time it's going to be under 10 by the time this comes out, most likely. So
there's college basketball much better than I do. Who's the guy now with Iowa? I heard something about him the other day. I don't know his name, but he's basically took over for Garza, and he's doing like good shit.
Took over for Garza. There's not really any true big down there. But Bohannon kind of took the team over. Bohannon and the two coaches' sons, they kind of taken over. They look good. But
like coach's son's fucking Krzyzewski. God damn it.
No, that's his grandson, buddy. That's his grandson.
It's all blood. It's all blood.
It's all right. Don't even worry about it because Pablo's back. It's all fine. Everything's fine.
Pablo's got to figure out his cramp issues.
I mean, he's sweating like crazy out there. There's a couple good basketball games on tomorrow.
They make pills for that. So
I don't have a line for the total for Virginia versus Pittsburgh. I definitely take the under if it's anything under 124. Somewhere around there, 124, 125. Anything less than that, I kind of get worried. Virginia, they've been pushing the pace a little bit more than usual. Like they're definitely still dead last in pace of play, but they definitely look faster.
115.5, and it is Virginia minus 14.
115?
115 and a half.
Okay. Don't touch it. I'm just that's where I'm at. I'm just giving the numbers out of my head. My book doesn't have them yet. I'm just scrolling through, getting ready for tomorrow. Morgan, what do you got going on this weekend? What are you doing? We watching some action?
I got Maction, baby. It's the best Maction of the year. Obviously, like we were saying all this episode, we have college football action all day Saturday. That is what we will be dialed into all Saturday. Obviously, we will have NFL action on Sunday. We did our NFL episode. Hopefully, you have listened to it. If you have not listened to it, I highly recommend you click like, subscribe, and you get on that shit stat. You get in there and listen to that right now. Get on some of these picks. Get on some of these things that we're on. My boy Billy over here, he's the king of 500, but he's going to get hot. We know it. We all know it. That's what he does.
I'll give you guys a heads up. Right now, I'm going to have a massive card on Saturday. Just look out for it.
That right there, that's the whole reason that you should be liking and subscribing right now because you want that massive card.
Yeah.
My boy doesn't miss always. You know, he's tipping. He's treading water right now. He don't miss.
At worst, I'm going to go 500 again.
He might go 500. That's, you know what? It makes it more fun for you at the end of the day. But we'll have that. We'll have some soccer action. We'll have some NFL action. As always, we'll have some NBA action. For hand up, I suck in the NBA right now. That is my absolute strength. I am the king of the hardwood. I'm off to a cold start. I have not put nearly as much focus into it because I had college football going on still. College football, once we kind of wrap that up a little bit more, NFL wrap it up a little bit more, and I've surprisingly been adequate at NFL this year. College football I've been doing well in. I will be getting much more in the NBA. I feel much better about the NBA, except don't look at my card tonight because I went 0-3. Apparently didn't feel good about the NBA tonight. Fuck Jeremy Grant for your 0.5 seconds left on the clock layup to cover the spread for Detroit. Don't love that. But we'll check those things out. Bill, you got anything cool happening this weekend?
Besides seeing you and your bet on bad beats tonight at midnight, not much.
Yeesh.
I couldn't help it. Yeah, tomorrow I'm looking to have just a couple plays to get my bankroll up a bit for this big card. So I'm going to slam it, and I got to have the money for Saturday. Always bet responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. Use the unit system as always. Like we told you, if you don't know what a unit system is, scroll all the way back. We got videos about it. We teach our good friend Mr. J. Philly the Kid how to gamble. We teach him how to do all this great stuff. So if you're a new gambler, check it out. I'm hopefully gonna have time to write a DFS article this weekend. I don't know. I've been 50% with that too. I'm just cool, calm, and collected. Even money all year, which is not a bad thing. It's not a great thing. Besides that, no, we're just gonna have fun this weekend. You can find me at BillyFFD on Twitter, Betting the Diagonal on Twitter, FFD_podcast for all your fantasy football needs. If you're in the fantasy playoffs, let me know. I'll help you out. Morgan, I know you're trying
if
to
you're
fight
a
to get in
fantasy
there.
football guy, pray for me. Pray for me. Your boy here, he needs to win the next 2 weeks, and he needs a lot of help.
Yeah, he's begging me to try to hack into his league and change some lineups around. Like, no, I'm a man of integrity. I won't do that. I'm fighting for first round buys over here. I got my thing going. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like, follow, subscribe. We may have a special guest next week. Stay tuned. Find out. We'll see you, Degenerates, next weekend.